want you to know that I am, and always will be, a proud feminist. You will always have an ally in me and in my government.
Justin Trudeau declares himself a proud feminist after lamenting Harris' loss to Trump as a setback for women. That's right, the two met last month to discuss President-elect's threat to imposing sweeping tariffs, and that's around the time when Trump started making fun of Governor Trudeau of the great state of Canada. He started trolling Trudeau with AI-generated images of himself looking at, like, the Swiss Alps with the Canadian flag for some reason. And this seems to have rather upset Justin Trudeau, who is now suggesting that the American people should have voted in a president based on their gender, not on their qualifications, essentially. This is the same guy who, when he was asked why he put 50% of his cabinet as being women, and he was asked, why did he do that? He said, because it's 2015. Come on, man, just get with the times. It's not about their qualifications. It's about the fact that they're women. Here, Elon Musk chimed in on this post saying, he's such an insufferable tool. After listening to this man not only claim to be a proud feminist, but also that the Trump win was an attack on women. He says that he's not going to be in power for much longer. By the way, guys, speaking of who might not be in power for much longer, this is just out from the Globe and Mail. Trudeau makes a fresh bid to recruit Mark Carney amid tensions with Chrystia Freeland, who may soon be on the way out. And in case you guys didn't know, I confirmed on video that Chrystia Freeland was secretly meeting with the powers that ought not be. I got this on film back in May of 2023, meeting with the Bilderberg group. And the following year, I put this one out. It's official, the official Bilderberg agenda and participants list, where I revealed that Mark Carney was also in attendance at the Bilderberg conference. And in this video, I suggest that he may be Bilderberg's pick for the next Prime Minister of Canada. So everything is now coming full circle. So we're going to talk about all of this, guys, and much, much more in this video. But really quickly, guys, before we do, I'd ask that you check me out right here at subscribestar.com/pressfortruth if you appreciate my efforts to bring you this info. Here you can do $5 a month, $10 a month, $20 a month, whatever is within your means, guys, is very greatly appreciated. I can't continue to do this work without the support that comes from you, the viewer. So please click that top link in the description below on whatever video platform you happen to be watching this, to where you can support me at subscribestar.com/pressfortruth. All right, guys, let's check out this official statement here from Trudeau on what the American people should have done in regards to the recent election in the U.S.
Just a few weeks ago, the United States voted for a second time to not elect its first woman president. Everywhere, women's rights and women's progress is under attack, overtly and subtly.
Subtly. No, women are not under attack. The American people seemingly voting for Donald Trump is not an attack on women. In fact, as it is right now, if you are a woman and you can vote, you can, do any job you want. You can become an entrepreneur. You can have a family if you choose to, have babies, you could kill your babies even if you want to. All of these things would suggest that you don't need feminism right now. In fact, today's feminism has been completely twisted. It is a cultural Marxist ideology that has nothing to do with equal rights for women, and everything to do with just utilizing intimidation techniques and utilizing the state to crush their opposition. And it's actually, feminist leaders and the heads of state like this guy who are, responsible for a lot of the problems that women are having today. I mean, this is the same guy who was accused of these groping allegations against this feminist fraudster, Justin Trudeau. We put out this video back in 2018. Look at some of these clips.
Obviously, as I've said many times throughout this week, it's really important to believe and support any woman who comes forward with allegations of sexual harassment.
Remember the Me Too movement?
Or sexual assault.
Believe women?
I don't think so. I've been very, very careful all my life to be thoughtful and to be respectful of people's space and people's headspace. I've been reflecting very carefully on what I remember from that incident almost 20 years ago.
This 20-year-old incident.
And again, I am confident that I did not act inappropriately. It's not just one side of the story that matters, that the same interactions could be experienced very differently. Like I said, I do not feel that I acted inappropriately in any way, but I respect the fact that someone else might have experienced that differently.
Again, if you want to see the coverage of the allegations of Trudeau, the feminist fraudster, having all these groping allegations coming up against him, be sure to check all the links in the description. But this is the same man who's now, saying he's this proud feminist. And again, as the head of the state of Canada, they are largely responsible for. You take this back, you can track it back quite a long time, to when it was more so about liberating women and essentially taking them out of the homes and putting them into the workforces and putting their children in daycare to be raised by the state. And then devaluing the purchasing power to the point where, women couldn't even stay home if they wanted to. They'd have to, family members would have to go out and get multiple jobs. And the children would end up being raised by the state or by other children that is controlled by the state. And so this man is sitting here claiming that the American people should have chosen a president based on their gender. Again, listen to how he responds to, why did you do that with your own cabinet? And his only response was, get with the times, everybody. It's 2015.
A cabinet that looks like Canada.
I understand one of the priorities for you was to have a cabinet that was gender balanced. Why was that so important to you?
Because it's 2015.
Oh, it's 2015, man. Get with the times, Has nothing to do with their qualifications, but it's just the current year. Well, guys, speaking of their qualifications, it looks like this feminist Trudeau, who hired 50% of his cabinet, one of those being Chrystia Freeland, may be interested in soon kicking her out and replacing her potentially with Mark Carney. As I suggested in this video from earlier this year, Carney may be the next pick for the Prime Minister of Canada, according to Bilderberg. Check this out here. This is from my Bilderberg coverage earlier this year.
Is Mark J. Carney. He is the chair of Brookfield Asset Management. And in case you didn't know, Mark Carney was the governor of the Bank of Canada from 2008 to 2013. And he was also the governor of the Bank of England from 2013 to 2020. It seems that his next venture in life may be politics, as he seems to be looking for the position of Prime Minister of Canada, if, of course, these guys are going to allow it.
So here I was suggesting that Carney may be looking for the position of Prime Minister next, if the Bilderberg Group allows it. And now we're seeing, this information coming out that it does seem that Trudeau is now looking to replace him, and Carney is seriously considering it. And he may be considered as you see here, quote, a potential successor to Mr. Trudeau. So pretty much what we were talking about here, how Carney may be the next one in, is now could very soon be coming to fruition. And it's interesting that he's, doing away with his original cabinet pick, Chrystia Freeland, potentially. After, selecting her seemingly because she's a woman, and then, you know, completely flipping the script here and hiring Mark Carney. You know, this guy who's been attending the Bilderberg conferences for many, many years. You know, I don't know if you guys know, but the former finance minister was also a Bilderberg pick. In fact, I confronted him at a Bilderberg conference in 2017. This is Finance Minister Bill Marneau. So this is before Freeland and before Carney is being thought of for this. I mean, he was at one time, but he may soon be getting this position again. But watch Marneau just completely squirm when I ran into him, as he was the current finance minister at the time.
Bill? Is your name Bill? Yes. Bill Marneau.
Yes.
Good to see you. My name's Dan Dicks from PFT.
How are you?
I'm good.
What's PFT?
It's
Wait, I'm gonna use the restroom. Okay.
See, I was like, oh, cool, Dan, nice to meet you. What's PFT? Sorry, I gotta use the restroom, and he just darts off. And when he gets back, I'll put a links to all this in the description.
Getting no
below, guys.
comments, so I'm just
Watch
wondering
it for yourself. But I question him. I say, you know, I'm
why
curious
a
about your
finance minister
response.
would be attending this secretive meeting.
What's your name again?
Dan Dicks.
I'll put it in the description. I say, why are you attending this secretive, meeting? And he does every single thing he can to avoid the question. And I point out to him that this is going to be, this is worrisome for the Canadian people, because there's such a lack of transparency here. Why are finance ministers meeting secretly with organizations like the Bilderberg Group? And he just literally ran away from me and didn't answer the question. So this was the finance minister, Bill Marneau, at the time. And then fast forward to 2023, I get Chrystia Freeland, finance minister on film, and then now former finance minister Mark Carney might now be the new pick, as the feminist Justin Trudeau wants to kick out Freeland in favor of Carney.
But I want you to know that I am, and always will be, a proud feminist. You will always have an ally in me and in my government.
What an absolute tool indeed. Kind of funny that Elon Musk chimed in and said that, but I just wanted to bring all of this to your attention today, ladies and gentlemen. We may soon be seeing the Liberal Party shake up quite a bit with the introduction of Mark Carney, who's first going to be potentially a finance minister and then eventually, potentially, the successor to Trudeau, just as I suggested in this earlier video from May of earlier this year. So just wanted to bring all that stuff to your attention, guys. Once again, if you do appreciate my efforts to do so, don't forget to check me out here at subscribestar.com/pressfortruth. Again, you could do a contribution of $5 or $10 or $20 a month. Whatever is within your means, guys, is very greatly appreciated. And that's all for today. Just wanted to bring all of that to your attention. If that's something you appreciate, please, once again, click the thumbs up button, share this video, and stay tuned, guys. We're going to have more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dicks reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.